Hi there. Welcome to What Happened This Week, the Enoch Pratt Free Library Current Events Quiz for Kids. I'm your host, Paula Willie. Tune in every Friday to test your knowledge of what's happening in the world. We'll have 5 multiple choice questions, each one with a hint. Hey, there's no such thing as cheating when it comes to being well informed. You can ask a friend. You can pause the video and Google the question, or you can just wait till the end of the quiz when we tell you the answers. Any of those makes you better informed and a big winner. All right, are you ready? Here's our first question. Dr. Anthony Fauci is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He's one of the nation's top health guys. In testimony this week, according to Dr. Fauci, the U.S. coronavirus prognosis, that is, what things are going to look like down the line, is A, very delightful, B, very disturbing, C, very delirious, D, very dystopian. Here's your hint. Charts like this help us predict information. They show whether something is going up or down. If you can figure out this chart, you can figure out whether Dr. Fauci is hopeful or worried about the nation's health. All right, ready for your next question? Question 2. The Google Doodle on June 30th depicted Marsha P. Johnson, a black trans woman who led the way in the fight for the rights of LGBTQ plus people. Although people have been advocating for the rights of gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and genderqueer people for centuries, the gay rights movement in the United States is generally considered to have started in what year? Was it A, 1924, the year that the first recognized gay rights organization in the United States, the Society for Human Rights, was established in Chicago? Was it B, 1969, the year of the Stonewall riots in New York City and the year that the Gay Liberation Front was founded? How about C, 1972, the year that the first laws outlawing discrimination on the basis of homosexuality were passed? Or D, 2004, the first year that same-sex marriage became legal anywhere in the United States? Here is your hint. What year do you think it is in this picture? And that might give you an idea of the answer. Ready for question 3? All right, question 3. The NBA is planning to start playing again next month. When it does, they're planning to paint a slogan on the basketball courts inside both sidelines. What slogan? Is it A, just keep swimming, B, Black Lives Matter, which you can see here painted on a street in Patterson Park here in Baltimore, C, reduce, reuse, recycle, always good advice, or will it be D, swiper, no swiping? Those options again, just keep swimming, Black Lives Matter, reduce, reuse, recycle, or swiper, no swiping. All right, you ready for question 4? Question 4. Oops, we went the wrong way. Question 4. What is this? Is it A, a new kind of zipper? B, the logo for a new shoe? C, is it a snake? Or D, is it a very strange fish? Bonus points for guessing what is unusual about this thing. Ready for question 5? Question 5. The governor of Mississippi signed a bill to retire the state flag, which had featured a Confederate Army battle emblem from the Civil War. What's the new flag of Mississippi going to look like? There's the old flag. Say goodbye to the old flag. Is Mississippi going to hoist the Jolly Roger and become pirates? A. B. Are they going to use this flag of Panem from the Hunger Games? C. Is Mississippi going to fly the Overwatch flag? Or D. Have they not come up with anything yet? Your options again. A, pirate flag. B, Hunger Games flag. C, Overwatch flag. Or D, nobody knows. All right, those are your 5 questions. You think you know the answers? Let's take a look. According to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the U.S. coronavirus prognosis is very disturbing. Dr. Fauci, again, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, was asked by Senator Elizabeth Warren whether the U.S. is headed in the right direction in terms of controlling the outbreak. And he said, well, I think the numbers speak for themselves. I'm very concerned and I'm not satisfied with what's going on. Dr. Fauci is basically using the same data that is available to you on the Johns Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center website, pictured here. That's the website web address at the bottom of your screen. You can take a look at this information in a lot of detail and learn more about the coronavirus epidemic. All right, ready for answer 2? Answer 2. The Google Doodle on June 30th depicted Marsha P. Johnson, a black trans woman who led the way in the fight for the rights of LGBTQ plus people. The gay rights movement in the United States is generally considered to have started in what year? The answer is B, 1969, the year of the Stonewall Uprising and the founding of the Gay Liberation Front. The Stonewall Uprising happened in response to a police raid on the Stonewall Inn on June 28, 1969. When the police became violent, people in the neighborhood, many of them gay, lesbian, and transgender, fought back. Within weeks, village residents quickly organized into activist groups to concentrate efforts on establishing places for gay men and lesbians to be open about their sexual orientation without fear of being arrested. Marsha Johnson was a drag queen and a gay rights activist. Following the Stonewall Uprising, she joined the Gay Liberation Front and participated in the first Christopher Street Liberation Pride rally. Shortly after that, Johnson and her friend Sylvia Rivera co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries organization, known as STAR for short. The two of them became a visible presence at gay liberation marches and other radical political actions. During a gay rights rally at New York City Hall in the early 1970s, a reporter asked Johnson why the group was demonstrating. Johnson shouted into the microphone, "Darling, I want my gay rights now." Question 3. What slogan will be painted on the court at NBA games? Answer is B, Black Lives Matter. According to ESPN, the NBA and National Basketball Players Association are planning to paint Black Lives Matter on the court inside both sidelines in all 3 arenas the league will use at Disney World when it resumes the 2019-20 season late next month in Orlando. The death of George Floyd has pushed Black Lives Matter to the forefront, inspiring protests that included some current players. In fact, some NBA stars had brought up the possibility of not playing to retain the focus on social justice issues. Now, according to this report, the NBA will use the game to keep the spotlight on the movement. All right, answer 4. What is this thing? It's not a new kind of zipper. It's not a logo for a new shoe. It's not a fish. It's a snake. I hope you're not afraid of snakes, because that's what this thing is. And you know what it's doing here? It's flying. This is a flying snake. The paradise tree snake is a species that launches itself from the tops of trees and can travel up to 320 feet in a single glide. They flatten their bodies and wiggle from side to side as they glide. And these snakes are in the news thanks to researcher Isaac Yeaton of Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory in Laurel, whose new research explains what's up with that wiggle. To record the snake's twists and turns, Yeaton and his colleagues affixed reflective tape on the snake's backs. I bet the snakes did not like that, and used high-speed cameras to capture the motion. They learned that this wiggling is essential for stable gliding. You can learn more about Isaac Yeaton and the paradise tree snake at sciencenews.com. Last answer. The governor of Mississippi signed a bill to retire the state flag, which had featured a Confederate Army battle emblem from the Civil War. What's the new flag of Mississippi going to look like? No, they're not going to have a pirate flag. No, they're not going to fly under the flag of Pan Am. No, they're not doing an Overwatch flag. They have not come up with anything yet. According to the New York Times, on Tuesday, Governor Tate Reeves signed into law a measure that removes the flag that has flown over the state for 126 years and been at the heart of a conflict Mississippi has grappled with for generations: how to view a legacy that traces to the Civil War. The legislation, the law, calls for the prompt, dignified, and respectful removal of the flag within 15 days. The governor said, "There are people on either side of the flag debate who may never understand the other. We as a family must show empathy. We must understand that all who want change are not attempting to erase history, and all who want the status quo are not mean-spirited or hateful." A commission will be charged with introducing a new flag design by September. Good luck, Mississippi. That's our quiz. Thank you for playing. We get our information from carefully selected authoritative sources like Johns Hopkins University, CNN, ESPN, and National Geographic. Check out their websites for interesting news and fun activities for kids. Tune in next Friday for another edition of What Happened This Week?